this instead. See if it works. And I'm hoping that by the end of the race, I have to make one last pit stop than even Steven, and maybe that's what makes up the difference. Kind of what I'm aiming for here. I hope he's not watching my stream.
Well, I'm sure.
No. 17.7 seconds behind me right now after his pit stop. I still have 4 laps of fuel. If I can chip away at this each run, a couple of extra laps than him each run, it's going to potentially equal out to me. It's kind of my goal, but without losing too much. Haven't been, so I'm kind of excited. I'm losing time for each run, but I'm not losing a huge amount of time. This is in the ballpark. This is good. And for the viewers at home, I very rarely beat even Steven. 2 of my 4 Nosscar GT Cup Series wins. He wasn't there. Willow Springs was one of them. Bay was the other, but I can't remember. No, he was there for that one. Dragon Trail. When I just barely beat Juicy J by a bumper, that's the one he wasn't there for. That was wild. I one-stopped that race. Juicy J was in a GTR as well, and that car must have been really strong. BOP setting on that Dragon Trail or something, because we were the ones to beat and see for most of the race. Ned was in a Viper and was kind of holding up third on back. He was the second the whole time. Yeah, that's what really helped me, I'll be honest, because I was out there running slow lap times, saving fuel, and you guys weren't able to get way out in front because you were getting held up by Ned, and you weren't saving fuel, you were trying to legit get him. So it all really worked out well for me. Like every circumstance went perfectly for me that day, and that's why I got the win. And I barely caught it. I ran out of fuel coming to the line for UCJ. His front bumper was at my door handle. He was close, man. I feel bad a bit still because he still has no GT Cup wins, and I would have been his first. But they're so darn hard to win. I've only got 4.
So hard to win in every series.
I agree. That's a good question for you, as we got a lot of time to talk here. Which series do you guys think is the hardest to win in Nosscar?
This one.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. You know what?
I've won in every other series I participated in, so...
There's some on iRacing you're not familiar with, and in my opinion, our Cup Series is the hardest one, but it's only because I race in it and it's hard to win it. Whereas it's understandable that's not your vote. But if I had to pick a console one that's the hardest to win in, it's this one for sure as well. Yeah. And for the same reason Bill said, Steven exists.
I've won in every other series I've participated in, so yeah, that's what it's fun.
The novice, you call it, the novice.
That's the new name
awesome.
Of it. Is
that
it
was
novice?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna start pronouncing it that. That's excellent. I've never heard it said like that. That's great.
And Shadow goes around.
I what? I didn't spin.
No, I said
I did.
Shadow.
Oh, I thought you said Tyler. I was gonna say no.
I go on stream. Yeah, I'm streaming.
My one mistake. I have to check it.
I am.
I'm going
Thank
to
you.
game.
Thank you, Ace Jr. You just let me go.
Oh, I don't leave. I noticed that.
Yeah, it's because even Steven has already made his pit stop. I think his third pit stop, if I'm not mistaken, and I have not yet. I'm about a lap and a half away from doing that.
I wish I could go back in time and skip
I wish you
my
could,
other
too.
league race and race this.
I think you made a big mistake.
Yes, I did. I
I
had a good paint
said
scheme
it.
as well.
I said it to them too, and you and Speeden were both online and on the game. You're never online and on the game at this time of the day, so I figured for sure these guys are on their way. They just turned the game on and we're going to see them in 2 minutes. No. No. No.
Maybe next year, and
Hopefully.
maybe the other races in the season. Oh, I'm definitely ready to go. Yeah.
This race would have been a great start to your season. It's double
I
points.
know. I'm bad at making decisions. I like traffic up one, signature attention, heads, 8 hours or tails, other league races that I don't really care about.
Well, you could have paused it anytime you wanted as well. There's always that. I love that option, because if you couldn't do that, I don't know if we would be doing this on this platform. 'Cause you can easily do this on iRacing, for example, and pull off and park in your pit stall and stay there as long as you want. We would probably move it to that platform if we couldn't do the whole pause and auto drive option on here.
The 4GT and well, basically every car. Mainly the 4GT that drives right.
Steven's nervous. You have got him shaking in his boots.
No.
I think
I agree, 100%. I was just making conversation. I still can't believe I'm running where I'm running, but it's all good stuff. 11.9, but I'm hitting this time back. But he came off
Got almost 5 laps.
15. Pardon, sir?
I've got almost 5 laps of gas.
Nice. See, I went about 4 laps longer than you did here, I think. Actually, I think it was 5. If I can do that 2 more times or 3 more times, it's 1 less pit stop than him before the halfway mark of this race even. I'm working on things here.
If you keep that up, there's a chance you may have for the long haul.
my Lord, Ty wins at 8 p.m. Ty wins. Throw my bet on that.
Then I go to Bet365 and see what the odds are. I'm just playing. Don't do that at all. You're not old enough. But no, if hypothetically, if we were doing that, man, yeah, even Steven would not pay out good at all because he's the heavy favorite. My odds be a little better. You'd be a millionaire if Ace won it or Shadow won it. I'm just kidding.
I'm very well aware of that.
I'm just playing, brother. I hope an underdog wins at Daytona this year, the Oval, because everyone's got a legit shot for that.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be cool to see.
I'm showing up for that.
Shadow, Stepler, or Ace, somebody who's not won ever.
Watch it. Yeah. I win
Can
it.
you imagine Crazy Legs?
Or
Legit
me.
goes out there, makes the huge move on the last
not
lap.
Carl.
I'd be so proud of him. He's got 2 wins in Nosscar, both run GTA. After my pit stop, I'm 43 seconds behind the speed.
Not bad.
It's going to work out eventually, but right now it sounds terrible. And I'm giving up time each run to try to make this work.
In the long run.
Yeah. In order for it to work, I gotta give up a little tiny bit of time each run, as long as I don't give up too much. And I still keep saving. You gotta, yeah.
The Lamar.
Step work is good. Who's gonna be the first one to take a break? Any guesses?
If I was in here, I would not take a break. I would go the whole 8 hours.
Wait.
I guess RS Racing already took a break, so I guess my question is, who do you think is the next one? Yeah, okay, you took the first break. Phone call. So you RS Racing.
I'm gonna be behind the wheel as much as I possibly can.
Just do the whole 8 hours.
I don't know if I'll drive 8 hours yet. We'll see.
I might get my dad to come down and run a stint here, just so that way he gets points and he's in the record books even more than he already is. Have him stand on top of a virtual podium with me. Hopefully that's where this goes.
Get your virtual Rolexes.
Yeah, buddy, I forgot about that. I won a virtual Rolex in 2019. I still never got that in the mail.
Still waiting for it.
My virtual mailbox is empty.
I want a virtual Rolex.
We'll drive the whole 8 hours then.
Okay.
It's either drive the whole 8 hours or just do hacks.
What was your question? Sorry?
I mean, if I stick this out and drive the full 8 hours, good chance I'll at least be in the top 5.
Yeah, I agree. It's a short list of drivers that has finished the entire event. And honestly, what I mean by that is simply stayed in the room and kept racing from start to finish. Great times, obviously, you're going to take those, so I don't include that. But yeah, it's a short list of drivers that have been able to stay in the race and fully last. Have the patience, have a good internet connection.
Well, I'm wired up, so I shouldn't lag out.
Me too. My kryptonite on this track seems to be the final chicane. On the back straightaway, it's where I seem to make the most. Is it?
Yeah, same.
Alright.
Right. Then you kill your exit because you gotta slow down to not get the penalty. Sometimes I feel like I killed my exit too much and I should have just taken the half second or 1 second penalty, but I know I'm wrong. It just feels so slow. My tires look better this run so far. I'm a little surprised by that because I'm giving it.
I've chewed up my tires more this one than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to think time progression is not on.
Me too, and I'm sorry.
Oh well.
I think it's because I have the weather set instead of just random. Oh, okay. Yeah, my fault. Oh, will it? Okay. Did that or not. You know what, I probably did though, because something weird's going on. I apologize.
Doesn't matter to me either way. I just noticed it. It's not changing.
You're right, it's not changing a wink, is it? Yeah, this is BS. I'm just kidding.
I mean, if someone wants me to do a stint, let's do a share play, and I can drive for you.
Up to Shadow or Bill, because I'm not, or Ace, he's in
My car.
I can drive for Shadow. I'm fine with that.
No, my car.
I mean, Shadow, your car might be a little...
We could hardly hear you, Ace, but we heard you faintly. Oh, you're getting another call, another short break for the Godfather. Three-time champ Bill Baldwin. Is it 3? Oh, he's gonna have to tell me after his phone call. I think he's won 3 championships. Yes.
That sounds about right.
He won 1 in Super GT and 2, I think, in GT Cup. Excuse me. I don't know if he's saving anymore. I think he realizes now that I've got him beat on this particular strategy I'm trying, and I think he's trying to overcome it by just opening the gap as much as he can. One less pit
No
stop.
one sees it, he just might do it.
And yeah, and that's what's happening, I'll be honest. For qualifying, he beat me by 8 1,000ths of a second, and now in the race, he's head and shoulders better than me somehow.
He was sandbagging.
He might have been, yeah. Teased me with the pole award. Don't think I've ever won a pole for one of our 8-hour races.
You almost did.
Yeah, it's the closest I'll ever come, I'm sure. Unless even Steven retires at the end of this year. You're taking one? Okay, brother. See you in a bit. The Godfather has left the building. How many... wait, before you go... okay. Before you go, how many championships have you won with us? Is it 3? Nice, okay. I knew it was 1 and 2. I just didn't know which was which. Right on, I thought it was 3. Enjoy your break. We'll see you when you get back. Steven's 50 seconds in front of me. 49.9 now. I close on him on the straightaways, but in the corners he gets me. Ford power, baby. Should be wearing my Ford shirt.
I have a Ford shirt, should I just wear that during the pool?
There you go. I got a couple of Ford shirts because there's a lady that she sponsors certain drivers at the track I race at, Peterborough Speedway, and she makes shirts and hats for some of the drivers. She's really helpful, actually. She takes in new drivers, like she owns her own team, has like 5 or 6 cars or something, or I don't know if she owns all of them or if she owns the team, but she certainly sponsors them and helps them a lot. And she got us shirts made. Big Ford emblem, or Ford symbol on the back with my last name above it, number 46 on the top left chest area on the front. They look great. Black t-shirts.
Cool.
Yeah, they're awesome. Should be wearing one of those is what my point was to this rant. Who's winning the Super Bowl this year, guys? I have no clue about either team, so you'll have to tell me.
I think the 49ers will do it.
It's 49ers versus the
49ers
Yeah.
keeps the playing.
I think the 49ers are going to get it.
Oh, yeah.
I think they've got the better roster than the 49ers.
My dad will hate your answer. He doesn't like the 49ers. He's a Cowboys fan, and they're in the same division, so they just don't mix. So I guess in this household, we're rooting for Kansas City.
Watch, I secretly root for 49ers. Whenever
I've never really been a huge football fan for some reason. I like it, but I'll sit down and watch the Super Bowl sometimes, but not even every year, you know what I mean? I'm more of a NASCAR in the summer and hockey in the winter kind of guy.
Same. Which other hockey?
I mean, Kansas City's got a much better quarterback, but I think San Francisco's got a better overall roster, so it might be interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, it sounds like it'll be fun. I was bummed for my parents, actually. They're both pretty hardcore Dallas Cowboys fans, and their team had a great year. And usually how it goes in that division, all the teams finish like 8-8 or 9-7. They're all very evenly matched, and one of them just barely makes the playoffs and gets eliminated in the first round. So I had high hopes for them this year.
I think the Cowboys went like 12-5, didn't they?
What's that? Sorry.
I think the Cowboys' record was like 12-5 this season.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Whatever it was, better than usual, and it just sounded like they had a lot of pieces. I don't know shit about football, excuse my language, but it just seemed like they had a good shot this year, and somehow in the first game they were out, and it wasn't even close from what I can remember.
No, yeah, the Green Bay Packers somehow just shit on them.
Yeah.
And the Packers weren't that good this year until the end of the year, and they got really good out of nowhere.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the Cowboys beat them regular season?
They didn't play regular season.
Oh, okay. I feel their pain, though, because it's a similar story for the Leafs in hockey. Have a great season, make the playoffs, out in the first round. Great season, make the playoffs, out in the first round. I feel their pain. Same jersey colors and everything.
Minnesota Wild does that a lot, too.
Yeah.
But they just fucking suck.
See, the thing is, I understand that there's worse NHL franchises out there, like the Buffalo Sabres, I just read the other day, haven't made the playoffs in 12 or 13 years. And that was us for 7 years, back in the 2010s. 2000s to 2010s, it spread over. I think it was from 05 to 2013, and then we finally made it. We got eliminated in the first round by Boston in 2013. But, yeah, I know there's worse franchises out there that are going through harder times than us, but we've been going through hard times for such a long stretch to the point where it feels like it's the most heartbreaking story. But then again, I'm not a Buffalo Sabres fan, so I don't know how they feel, but I'm sure they hate that. Like, I remember how it felt when we missed the playoffs every year. Not a good feeling. Now we're stuck in a rut where we make the playoffs every year, but we get eliminated in the first round every year. Except for last year, we finally broke through and beat Tampa Bay and went to round 2, but then we got smoked by Florida once we went there. And that was unexpected. Florida was the 8th seed team out of the Eastern Conference, which is last amongst all the Eastern Conference playoff teams. They beat the first seed team, Boston, which was a shocker to everyone, and then they just steamrolled us. They went all the way to the Cup final, lost there though. And they look like they're the top team in the East this year again.
At the end of last season, we'll figure something out.
Well, my dad made a good point to me the other day. When you look at their roster consists of a whole bunch of players that were first or second round draft picks, like top prospects that other teams either didn't want and they picked up from free agency, or players they developed themselves. So their team is just they have a lot of depth to their roster. Even their third and fourth liners are capable of being first and second liners on other teams, for example. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why they're so stacked, unfortunately. To anyone else in the East, unfortunately. There's a salary cap in the NHL, so you gotta be kind of smart with it. The Leafs are built kind of too top-heavy. They overpay. Well, they don't overpay them, they're worth it, but we have too many elite players. We have 4 forwards making over 10.9 million each.
Good.
And we have 1 defenseman making 7.6 or 7.5. And so they call them the core 5 or the core 4, but really it's the core 5. There's just too much money to too many players. You need to spread that out a little more. If they didn't have one of those forwards making 11 million, they could go and get 2 elite defensemen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
Stuff like that. What we do every year, the Leafs, is they try to find little pieces, little like players that are B+ players that don't make much money, to try to add them to the roster and just see if it'll work, and it never works. So I'm hoping this year we don't trade any of our assets away and try to get it to work, because we need too many pieces for it to work, in my opinion. I think we should just keep our kids, let them develop and be better and have a better team next year because of it. Instead of trading away our 2 or 3 best prospects just to be eliminated in the first round.
Yeah.
Sorry about talking about the Leafs so much. I needed to vent that out.
Anytime the Rangers or
I love doing the franchise mode in the NHL games, piecing together my own team, making trades and stuff, signing deals, contract extensions. It's a lot of fun. I simulate every game just to see if my decisions were good ones or not. It's very, very, very rare that I'll play a game in my franchise mode season, and if I do, it's really only 1 or 2 just to see how good my new kids are. Who's the faster skaters? Who should I put on the top line? Stuff like that. And if you're joining us on the YouTube channel here, it's the 4th annual 8-hour endurance race here in Nosscar history, the 2nd one ever at Daytona on Gran Turismo 7. The first 2 were at Le Mans on Gran Turismo Sport. We're rocking and rolling here in the GR3 cars. Even Steven, your leader, 2-time Nosscar world champion, Even Steven, putting on a clinic here. Yours truly running in the runner-up spot, and then another fellow Canadian in Steffler scored in 3rd. Steffler, former NASCAR Novice Cup Series race winner on NASCAR Heat 5. Bill Baldwin, 3-time NASCAR champion on Gran Turismo games. runs in fourth, but he's currently on a break, so he's actually paused and pacing around the track at a reduced speed. Hopefully he comes back before his car runs out of fuel, because that's always bad news. He'll come back and
sit by itself?
No, it won't. He'll come back and find his car going around the track still, but at about 15 miles an hour.
Ooh.
Not even kidding. And it'll do that all day long. Until he comes back and drives it himself into the pits. Ace Jr. scored in fifth. Now, he's won a Nosscar race, and I'm having a tough time remembering what series it was. I was super happy when I found out, too. That's what it was. Former Nosscar World Championship race winner, Ace Jr. RS Racing runs in sixth, looking for his first career Nosscar win here today. Gonna wait to do it. Hours of Daytona. Not too many bigger crown jewel races in Nosscar than that, I'll be honest with you. Maybe none bigger. Shadow runs in seventh, Triple Crown winner on the NASCAR Heat Games, has wins in the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series, Motormaster Series, and the Truck Series, and also a former NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion. I didn't list any accolades for myself. I guess I'll just say that I'm a former 8 Hours of Le Mans winner in the GR1 cars back in 2019. Nothing too special about me in GR3 cars, though. 4th career PT Cup wins for myself. Whereas even Steven has over 50 and holds the all-time record. Future Hall of Famer, without a doubt. A few future Hall of Famers in this lobby right now, to be completely honest with you. And I shouldn't forget we're being joined by guest host, CWI. Brown winner in the NASCAR Heat Games as well. Didn't take him very long. And did you end up winning a NASCAR World Championship race?
Yeah.
I thought so. Remember, it was a good battle. You, me, and Landon. And I'm not usually up there fighting for those World Championship race wins, so I was pretty jacked up about that. I was excited. Already made an extra pit stop than me, and he's right in front of me, unfortunately, 2.7 seconds in front of me. I still have 6 laps of fuel, and I can stretch that to 8 more laps of fuel, I'll be honest with you.
I've got 11. I'm kind of in my own world.
Yeah, you're on your own strategy, on your own island. I think the battle for 4th and 5th is heating up. Bill's still on his break. I think Ace is going to catch him and make that a battle there. Bill's got to turn his cell phone off. Keeps getting calls and has to take a break.
Broadcasting through the line.
I don't know where my phone is. I don't know where my cell phone is. It's here. We're cool. Slow down a little bit, brother.
Well done. Then you win.
Yeah, you know what, Steven? Kick her hard, but in 4th gear on the front straightaway, would you?
The BMW got more than equal. High winds, a second Rolex, 8 hour.
Miss a shift and hold her in neutral and rev hard. That's one thing I wish the NASCAR Heat games and Gran Turismo 7 would implement into the game. I wish you could DNF from a crash. I like that about F1 games. If you turn that setting on, you can truly DNF in a multiplayer race.
Imagine in like Nosscar, like the World Cup, like there's a big wreck. Some people are out, some people are still in, though there's no damage.
Right, like it'd be awesome if NASCAR Heat games were like that, because it would pay off more for the drivers that are cleaner and are more capable of avoiding a crash. If that makes any sense. I didn't explain it too good.
And I would, but if you like, if you get airborne and you like, let's say you hit the catch fence, it will actually like rip, like it'll.
Right. I think people would drive a lot more careful on the Heat games if that was an option, if that was the case.
You can DNF in AI races, but not online.
Right. I wish you could online. I wish it was an option that you could turn DNFs on and off.
Yeah.
On NASCAR 15, you could DNF 100%. The flames went into the hood. You remember that?
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to drive backwards and aim for everyone to field except Jimmy Johnson.
Alright, I got great stories for you there. I used to do the same thing on the PS2, NASCAR Thunder games, and sometimes my sister would play with me and she would drive backwards and I would try to dodge her and dodge the chaos. It was absolutely hilarious. We would sit there and laugh for hours. She'd hit a car square on and do 3 flips mid-air, land on her wheels, and keep going. It's so fun.
My sister would do try to do a wall ride in Rochester, never done it.
On iRacing, that move works at Martinsville and one other track. The other track, but that Ross Chastain move works. And the lap time was excellent. What's that, sorry?
It doesn't work on the console games.
No. Yeah, I guess you're right, eh? Now that I'm picturing it, no, I guess it wouldn't. And the lap time that I saw someone get from doing that was about 2/10 quicker than the Chastain move, so it was pretty spot on as well.
To be honest, the Martinsville race, in the truck side had a wall ride. I was like, no, that was a race.
That was insane, man. Honestly, I've been watching NASCAR since 1998, and I guess it was about 2000 when I started watching every race religiously and paying close attention to it and having every driver and sponsor and team memorized and things like that. And I have never seen anything like that. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff over the years of watching racing, like Montoya hitting the jet dryer, snow at Martinsville or Bristol.
Bristol, that was Bristol.
Yeah,
and Martinsville.
I've seen a lot of stuff, man. The track rip up and ruin 2 different wins for Gordon at Martinsville. I've seen pretty much everything, and then I saw that, and it didn't even look real. Like, the speed he had flying around that wall looked like a video game.
And hence why video game move.
Yeah, 100%.
That doesn't even work in the video game.
But when you see the car doing what it's doing, it doesn't even look real. It looks like a blur. It kind of even looks animated. It's crazy. And I don't blame NASCAR for putting a rule on it, because if they didn't, everyone's going to start doing that on the last lap at Martinsville.
Yeah, or any track. Well, I mean, Larkin did it at Richmond.
And it's dangerous, man. Like, debris flying into the stands.
And when Rochester did it, like, the left front wheel was, like, off the ground. So.
Right. The car was completely destroyed after the race. It was not even drivable.
Yeah. He would have flipped.
Wasn't what, sorry? Yes, I believe so. Oh yeah, like if an edge ever caught the car in a weird way and it just snapped around or something, or flipped him. Like, it could have went horrible. He could have wall rolled. So I don't blame him for putting a rule on it. I really don't, for the safety of the fans and whoever the driver is, because the driver is nuts. You got to be some kind of crazy to do it, and every driver is willing to take that risk for the playoffs and for a win and all that. So they will if they don't put the rule on. There's a car in front of me that just came out onto the straightaway. Who's this? Oh, Shadow. You alright?
I am now.
Okay. Oh, I do like your paint job.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That is nice.
We have some amazing paint jobs in this field. Mine.
Yeah, and then it's my basic plain Jane one.
Let's just say my car won't start.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, nah.
The DNS did not start. The DNQ did not qualify.
Yeah, that Ford seems to allow a lot of power down the straightaway.
Yeah, it does. That's what's separating me from everybody else. I'll be honest with you. That's what's keeping me in the ball game here. It doesn't corner the greatest, so I need that. And that's probably why there is so much power to this car, because its BOP setting turned on, right? So it's probably trying to overcome for the lack of cornering. And so it gave me a huge amount of horsepower.
Like I can close in a little bit in braking zones in center corner, but an off corner just gone.
That's right, yes. So what I do is prioritize the exit, because I know that's my strong suit, and then I just launch. That's what's helping me. I'm pitting this time, though.
I got after 6.5 laps.
Yeah, when I was, like I said, I've said this a few times, when I was testing, it was pretty clear that whatever car you picked, you were going to need to choose between fuel mileage and power. And
Or both.
I went with the power. Well, I couldn't find very many cars that had...
The Merc kind of has both.
Which one?
The Mercedes Ram.
Oh, yeah? Nice. Yeah, I had a tough time finding one that kind of had the best of both worlds.
Obviously, it doesn't have the power that the GT has got, but it's got more than other cars I tested.
You're doing something, right? Yeah.
That's been pretty good. Obviously, I'm aware that I don't have the pace to beat most of y'all, but maybe strategy in the long run.
And plus, we haven't even got too far into this race yet, all things considered. People are going to be taking breaks and stuff. People might make a big mistake or two. So much more is going to unfold before the end of this race, I guess is what my point is. You have so much time to catch back up and do things. Exactly.
I wonder how many miles we've already put down on this track, though.
It tells you somewhere, doesn't it?
Well, the road courses.
I could get Aiden to Google it.
Sure, I'll Google it.
All you gotta do is Google the length of the Daytona road course, and I'll tell you how many laps.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how many laps the leader has done so far. Let me know when you're ready for the laps.
The length is 3.8 miles.
Okay, so do 3.8 times 76.
I'm calculating.
A lot.
So 3.8 times
76.
288.8 miles.
Nice. And we're a little over a quarter of the way through.
It might be 800 miles.
We always did over 1,000 at Le Mans every year when we did it there. No joke. Well, the GR1 cars. So yeah, never mind. The whole ball game. I think it was over 1,200 miles the GR1 cars were capable of going at Le Mans every year, depending on how many breaks he took and everything.
Is there gonna be a season with the GR1 cars this year?
No, sir. Unfortunately, the car count was too low, so we've actually scrapped that series. Yeah. And if we do, it'll be a very, very short and quick season. Multiple races in one night and 2 or 3 weeks long, and that's it type of thing. That's if we can squeeze it in near the end of the calendar year and have enough drivers. Having enough drivers will be the key if we have one or not.
I consider it. I can buy a GR1 car. I don't know what's the best though.
That's the problem as well with the GR1 cars, the BOP on. There's really only 1 or 2 good ones that can compete for wins. And I just find that a lot of our drivers don't enjoy those cars as much as they do the GR3s. So our car count for GT Cup every year is pretty darn good, but Super GT and the GR1 really struggle to get the drivers.
How about like a GR2 or a GR4 season?
A GR2 series would be interesting, but there's only so many GR2 cars in the game. There's only 3 or 4 or 5. There's not many.
There's like 5. There's like 4 to 5.
If we have more drivers on Gran Turismo in our group, we would certainly have more on here. And it's partially my fault. I don't put much time into recruiting new drivers these days for any of our games. And when I do, it's not often Gran Turismo.
Well, my engine's about to die, so...
Charge it up. Hang out if you want. Steven is 1 minute and 5 seconds in front of me.
He might have this one more unless he screws up horribly.
He has this now, yeah. He countered my strategy and started going hard to try to overcome my plan, and it's working. He's a smart guy at these games, dude. He's a strategist. I thought I was being smart, and I technically did do a smart thing here. But he countered. It's like a high-speed chess match. Like I said, I put my rook in one spot, and he moved his queen. Takes a break.
or slower?
Yeah, what he'll do is pause, and then it goes at a very reduced speed, and the interval will drop tremendously, and that's when I'll know that he's taking a break.
It's why if I was in the race, I'm not taking a break.
I encourage it just because it's simply not healthy to sit here for 8 hours straight and race. I plan on taking a short break at some point or another.
I probably will at some point, but for now, I'm going to keep driving.
Yeah, my shoulders are sore already.
I got him.
What's that, sorry?
I got him. Your shoulder.
Yeah, that's why my shoulders are sore. Controller wouldn't hurt my shoulders. Thought it hurt my finger. Or holding the throttle so much. I'm in automatic transmission, but I'm on the wheel. Just makes it a lot more fun and enjoyable, I'll be honest. You're sitting here for 8 hours, even if I'm slower on the wheel, which I don't think I am, but even if I'm slower on the wheel, I'd rather do it like that just to make it more enjoyable for me.
Driving on the wheel is fun.
Oh yeah, it makes it way better. I'm a little surprised Crazy Legs is not here. He comes every year for this. He said he wasn't feeling good. He must really not be feeling good if he couldn't come for a race you can frequently pause in. So I hope he feels better.